HR Human Resource. Interior pay band 3020, family house, morning. A dream. Rachel's eyes come into focus. Her eyes are relaxed and happy. The color of Rachel's eyes turns darker and red veins crack through the white area. Tears pool at the corner and edges of the eyelids. Baby crying. Rachel's face soaked with tears. High-pitched tone. Rachel collapses onto the ground. Rachel's body floats farther and farther away until it can no longer be seen. Bohem's bedroom. The room is sterile and sparse, with only a bed and closets and shelves built into the walls. Bohem, 14, genetic perfection, muscular, lean, natural tan skin, no discernible race but a perfect mix of many, is sleeping restlessly. Beeping. Bohem springs awake into a sitting position.
Good morning, Bohem. Your heart rate is elevated. Would you like your room fan activated?
Bohem stretches his arms behind his head and breathes a few deep breaths. He flops back down on his bed and taps his PA implant. A fan above the bed turns on as the wall across from his bed comes alive with layers of windows. Research data, long mathematical equations, mechanical drawings, news, propaganda ads. Bohem transitions to sitting at the end of the bed. Using hand motions, he engages with the windows rapidly.
Come on down, breakfast is ready.
While continually interacting with the media wall of windows, Bohem stands up and opens the glass closet door, grabs pants and a shirt and tosses them on the bed.
Bohem, you have one urgent message. Would you like me to play it now?
Yes.
Bohem's POV, PA vision overlay. A slightly teal and faint 3D image of a person appears in front of Bohem.
Yu-Jin, personal assistant to CEO Stanford.
The image of Yu-Jin, 60s, comes into focus and appears as if he is physically present.
Good morning, Bohem. CEO Stanford has a special request for you today. He has personally assigned you and your lab team to work on the virus that is plaguing the lower pay bands.
I will make it my top priority, thank you.
Good. CEO Stanford also wishes you good luck on your launch test.
Yu-Jin starts to fade.
Yu-Jin, wait. Did CEO Stanford remember that my launch test is tomorrow, or did you remind him?
Yu-Jin comes back into focus.
It is my job to remind him, but the well wishes came with no prompting from me. Now, go have a productive day.
Thanks, you too.
Return to scene. Main living area. The house interior looks like a modern-styled upper-middle-class suburban home of the early 2000s. Haven, woman, 40s, attractive, wearing crisply structured athletic wear, is adding fruits and veggies into a blender, blending, then pouring thick liquid into cups. Bryan, man, 40s, fit, walks into the kitchen, followed by Saya, woman, early 20s, plain looks, and Matthew, man, mid-20s, shorter than Bohem, attractive. Bryan, Saya, and Matthew each take a shake as it is ready.
Haven, I taste a hint of kiwi. How is that possible?
It's Saya's favorite, so I splurged a little.
How about Matthew's favorite? Yep, I can taste apples too.
Every morning, shake has apples.
That's my point. Mom loves me the most every day.
Bohem!
Bohem's room. The media wall of windows flows rhythmically. Bohem opens, closes, highlights, completes math equations, reads articles, and watches videos as if directing a symphony. Bohem lingers on a health report.
Coming!
Bohem reaches into the wall of windows. The windows shrink into the size of a ball as Bohem moves his hand in until the windows are gone and the plain bedroom wall is exposed. Bohem grabs his shirt and sprints down the stairs. Main living area. Bohem canters down the stairs while pulling on his shirt. Bryan, Saya, and Matthew are sitting at or leaning on the kitchen island. Two conversations are happening at the same time. Haven finishes pouring a shake into a glass and holds it out for Bohem. Bohem grabs the shake. Haven grabs Bohem, pulling him in, and hugs him.
Kiwi?
Haven smiles.
Everyone's still home for the report. This hasn't happened in forever.
Reminds me of mornings when you were all little kids.
Haven walks into the adjacent family room. The family starts to follow along.
It's almost time. You still have one little kid.
Saya is poking Bohem in the side to see if she can get him to laugh. Bohem swats her hand away.
Not for long.
Matthew puts Bohem in a headlock. Bohem struggles for a second and gives in to the contact. A large virtual screen appears. Virtual screen, morning report. CEO Stanford sits at a desk. Super in out. United Corporation of America, morning report.
Good morning to all UCA employees. This is the morning report.
Return to scene.
Okay, take seats.
Matthew releases Bohem. Bohem sits by Bryan. Matthew's close to Haven. Saya is sitting in the middle. Series of shots. UCA watching morning report. Projected images on the side of buildings, everyone stops and watches. Inside factory, everyone stops and watches. Outside wall of labor camp, everyone stops and watches. Return to scene. The family watching the morning report. Virtual screen advertisement. A silhouette of a couple holding hands.
Find your breeding partner today.
Return to scene. Haven takes Saya's hand and looks a bit teared up. Everyone else notices.
At my last health exam, it was determined that my breeding window has closed.
So, when did you ever want kids?
Saya is amazing with children.
Interior pavement, 3020 family house, day, flashback. Haven and Bohem, 3, sit on the floor in the family room. 9 floating virtual windows of learning activities surround them. Bohem is rocking back and forth, waving away every window that moves in front of him. Haven reaches out and holds both of Bohem's hands and positions her face close to his face. The windows disappear.
Bohem, please focus. You have to do 3 lessons.
Saya, 9, walks into the room. Bohem rips his hands from Haven. One of his hands hits her in the mouth in the process. Bohem stands and runs into the corner, his hands covering his ears. He crouches and rocks back and forth rapidly.
Sorry, Mama. Sorry, Mama. No, not on purpose. Sorry, Mama.
Saya approaches Bohem slowly and gently.
Bo, you're smart. You are good. Block out the voices. Be here with us. You can do it. Do it for Mama.
Bohem stops rocking and wraps his arms around Saya. Saya gives Bohem a big hug and then holds his face in her hands. Haven smiles at Saya.
Bo, are you ready to go sit and learn with Mama?
Saya too?
Saya leads Bohem over to Haven.
Yes, Saya too.
Bohem and Saya sit down with Haven. The virtual learning windows pop back up. Haven squeezes Saya's shoulder as Saya holds Bohem's hand. Bohem picks a virtual learning window and starts interacting with it. Return to present. Matthew, Bryan, and Bohem look from Haven to each other in an awkward moment.
It's fine, honest. I can't imagine taking a 15-year career break, much less parenting a child.
Well, what a relief then. Now you can focus on work instead of all the baby making.
What he really means
Bryan tosses a pillow at Matthew while Haven covers his mouth with her hand.
is that you no longer need to play Matthew's wingman at those awful potential partner social events.
Yup, there's always a bright side.
As Saya says brightside, the whole family does a simultaneous hand motion beside their temples, going from loose fist to open hand with fingers spread apart. Saya smirks and shakes her head.